there's a good poppy. So the dwarf bear claw poppies get their name from the shape of their leaves. As you can hopefully see, it's got 3 little lobes and they're quite fuzzy and they look like little bear claws. As a kid, I went out lizard hunting and snake catching and slowly began to develop my love for wildlife, and I fell in love with the different relationships everything has with each other. These are our rough harvester ants. They're dark in color, usually like a dark rusty red to blackish color. And they get their name harvester ant because they almost exclusively subside on seeds. And so what they'll do is they'll come and they'll kind of forage around the plant for any fallen seeds, or some will go up into the plants to go right to the flower and the seed pods to get them. What's on these seeds is a really fleshy, very nutritious attachment called an aril, which is just almost like a little fleshy planty tail that comes off the seed. And the plant and the ants love that. So they'll nibble on that aril as they're kind of taking the seed back or wherever they're going if they're continuing their foraging. And while they nibble on that aril, they keep traveling away from the plant. And eventually they'll eat that aril, they'll lose interest in the seed because it's too hard for them to eat, and they'll just drop it or stick it down in the dirt and kind of continue foraging. And what they've done is they've effectively taken that seed and dispersed it for the plant. All of it's connected, and it's sort of like a big video game, right? Like, there's endless depth to ecology, more so than any video game can ever possibly offer, and that's kind of what has got me into wildlife and outdoors and just being outside. This here is a native species of ant, Myrmecocystis mexicanus, known as Mexican honeypot ants. The real neat thing about this species that a lot of people really like is they have this cast of workers called repletes. And what that is when one of their large workers kind of gets fed by all the other ants over and over, and their gaster, or their abdomen, will slowly start to expand and expand until it's much, much larger than any other part of their body. And at that point, they'll just cling to the ceiling of their nest, and they act as living food storage and water storage for the colony during times of drought. Just absolutely amazing evolutionary adaptation. I've always been very fond of the more ignored things, like bugs, lizards, snakes, desert plants. They all thrive in environments that very few other species can even survive in, and that has always been incredibly fascinating to me. My name is Dylan Thomas, and this is my backyard.